Beth Vonk is a middle school teacher at Washtenaw Intermediate Middle Academy in Ypsilanti, Michigan. She offered her students an artistic opportunity to make their thinking and feeling visible about a book they had read together in class.
Fifth grade students here at Lima read the story Ghost Cat. As the kids were talking about the story in their discussions, they kept wanting to fall back on the old this happened first, this happened second, and be plot driven. I wanted the kids to make connections, bring themselves into the story, and bring the motivations of the characters out. And through the art, making them think about how to represent that, they were able then to really think deeply as the character and come up with symbolism and things that were beyond the page in the story.
I drew a house, the gravel road, and like this is the house, and then the sky and the sun. The pieces are all crackled apart because their family is falling apart without their father there to support them. This is a picture of a cat, which represents the father of the people who has died. And the cat was like something in the girl's imagination out of the two people. So it has the cat, and then the blue, and then there's these swirls, which sort of represent, the blue ones, they sort of represent death. And the red ones, chaos. And why chaos? It's because in Egypt, red was chaotic.
I put depression because the family must be depressed after the death of their dad. And I drew this in black because, like, depression is like dark and deep. And then I drew all these. I drew this scar because, like, he was like beat up inside, I guess.
And it is Jody's heart. And around here, the colors and the random shapes means the craziness that was going on in their family. And inside Jody's heart is her mom and her dad and the cat, because even though the cat wasn't real, I feel like it was still close to her. And the different colors in the heart are just also mean the chaotic like journey that they had. And then the black, it just means the death.
And I did a picture of the dad being represented by the cat. The person is yellow because he's kind of like an apparition above the cat, and it's kind of just like symbolizing. And he looks like kind of creepy because he's supposed to be dead. I chose like these darker, more gloomy colors because it's not a good thing. And this is like the small house, except in a very crude fashion. It kind of just made sense to me, and it was just something that was very emotional, so I wanted to do it. There were like no rules, there was no like, we could do what we wanted, we could make it ourselves, not just the teacher telling us what to do. It made it more emotional. I really like to see what other people did, because that would make me know how other people felt about the story, and it's a really like deep story, so it was nice to know like either that I wasn't alone or that there were completely different opinions I hadn't been looking at. And then I wanted to look at other people's ideas and what they thought about the story, like not just my opinion.
I like the different shapes and colors that she gave us with the paper.
You could express it your own way and have it the way you want it. It can all be original, and
it just has to have a basis from the story.
Because all the shapes, like, all represented something, so I knew exactly how I wanted it. And
The kids were doing the art projects. I've really noticed that they would start with one piece of the project, and as it took shape, they said, oh, well, this is happening, and this is what I'm seeing. I said, oh, how are you showing that? And they were able to talk about it with the people at their table, because they were sharing their thinking, and they were sharing their color choices and sharing their methods. And by the time they got through, they were able then to clearly look at their own piece and share that thinking. So they went from the art and color and thoughts to orally presenting it to their classmates and talking it through, and then putting it succinctly into writing. As the kids were doing their writing from their final drawings, I was absolutely amazed with some of them, the things that they saw in their pictures that I did not see at all. And it really showed the depth that they were looking at the piece of work that they had been reading. It showed when one of the students drew a cat coming out of the body and was able to say he morphed into this cat. He wouldn't have ever written that because his writing is pretty sparse. Yet by doing the art first and then being able to explain it and putting it in writing, but the depth of thinking was so much greater than had he written it in the first place.
Visual reflections are a wonderful way for students to show what they've learned and share their unique ideas and insights with others.